Oh my gosh. You guys, we have so much to talk about. So, I've booked a trip for the first time by myself, for myself. And so today is Wednesday. The trip is Saturday, Sunday, come home Monday. Just a weekend getaway. But I feel like as time comes close, like I haven't really thought about this trip. I booked it some time ago because I was just really in a funky place and I was just like, I need a break mentally, I need a new environment. And I got this really cool small place, an Airbnb. And I booked it and I said, okay, I need to get away. But I've never been on a trip by myself. I've never booked anything for myself. And I think it's hitting me. What am I going to do? Oh my gosh. Like, I don't know why I'm nervous. Ain't nobody else gonna be there. Like, what is wrong with you? I don't know what's wrong with me. But I'm kind of scared. I don't know if I feel like I'm gonna have to face myself or something when I get there. This is very intense. Like, I will say, I don't want to leave here with the mindset and issues that I have and go somewhere else and it still be the same thing. I don't want to go on this trip with anxiety and just a lot of worry like I've been having now, and frustration and stuff. I want to go with a peaceful mindset, but I don't know. I don't know why I am nervous. It's like it's like, what are you gonna do? Like all you did was found a nice Airbnb that you like. You booked it, you paid for it, you've made no plans. You don't know what the surroundings are. You don't know what you're gonna eat. You don't know where you're gonna go. Who does that? Me. I do that. But I'm excited. Maybe that's excitement and not nerves. Yeah, I'm gonna go with excitement. Maybe it's excitement. I don't have any luggage. I don't have any luggage, you guys. I've got like a big bag, like a beach bag that I've carried to stay at someone's house before, but I literally don't even have any luggage. But I'll get some from a family member. But I think I'm realizing how unprepared for this that I was as time is getting close. Yeah, I was unprepared, and I want to film videos and stuff like that, but I might have to go get another SD card because I don't even think I don't think there's going to be any Wi-Fi. If there's not going to be any internet access or good cellular reception, I'm going to need a contingency plan, because if I'm going to film every day, then where's all that footage going? It's got to go somewhere, at least until I get back home. But I kind of wanted to be able to access the internet, but maybe it's for the best that I don't. I think kind of the theme I was going for is seclusion. So no internet kind of fits that scheme, that theme. So that's okay. But I don't have a way to entertain myself. I don't know what I'm going to do every day. There is like a little kitchen, so I'm actually going to bring some foods to cook and not try to eat out so much. But I do want to like go somewhere and try like a cafe or something. It's just for the experience. I've never been to this area before. It's still in Alabama. It's just not where I'm from normally. So I wonder about myself sometimes. Like, I'm kind of thinking to myself, was this an impulsive decision? And then there's like another battle, another part of me that feels like, no, like this is you just being afraid because you don't ever do anything for yourself. And you know the work that you want to do, and you're just kind of scared. Wow. That got deep. Child, y'all get out of my business. Get out of my business. Why my business? Oh, God. Interesting. I kind of was thinking about, what do I want to work on? I know this is how I've been feeling. These are the things that I've been having a problem with, but what do I specifically want to work on? And I think the main thing is just being okay being alone. And I don't feel like we were meant to be here by ourselves. Like, I don't know how much you guys read or even believe in the Bible, but even the first person created wanted someone. Even he got lonely. So, I don't know. I just feel like we're not supposed to be alone, but we're not supposed to make bad decisions that are rooted in loneliness either. Yeah. And they don't really give you a blueprint for this stuff. I feel like even when you're young, they groom you to have a spouse and children, and no one ever really opens the possibility that, I would say, because even if you don't have children or have a spouse, it doesn't mean you're alone. You can still have friends and family, but no one really talks about or open up the conversation that, hey, it's definitely possible that you won't have these things, but how do you stay fulfilled as just an individual? Nobody really talks about that or teaches you that. But it's something that you're faced with when you're out there on your own. And everyone gives advice on how to date, how to, mingle with people when you go out, how to raise children, how to be a good wife, how to be a good husband. But nobody really has a blueprint for how to just be by yourself. We should normalize that. I'm going to film the entire experience, but I think what I need to buckle down on, which my last day of work is tomorrow. So Friday I have the entire day to prepare. I don't have any luggage. I don't really have an itinerary planned, but I'm gonna do all of my shopping, all of my planning on Friday. And I took that day off work so I could really get everything I need together, fill my gas tank up, and really be prepared to do what I'm about to do. I've never been on an adventure by myself. I love adventures. I love spontaneous occasions and meeting strangers. I, of course, will be safe, but I love those experiences, and I've never done something like this for myself, and I feel I should be happy. I am happy that I am prioritizing myself. I don't feel the need to invite anybody, to bring anybody, because though I live alone, I don't feel like I'm fully comfortable being by myself. And we don't know what the future holds. I could get married tomorrow. I could not get married at all. Who knows? But even in marriage and being with people, I still feel like you should be whole. You should be fulfilled as your own person. Sometimes that honestly ruins relationships when you've got one half and another half, and you try to come together and make it work, and you've got two empty people trying to be whole and they can't. So I don't want to get with anybody and have all of my happiness rooted in this other person. And I also feel like that helps you not settle for less, because you know what it's, you know you're not missing out on anything when you don't have someone, because it's good when you're by yourself too. So I feel like it just helps you make those conscious decisions to exclude things that aren't good for you out of your life, people that aren't good for you out of your life, because hey, I know what it's like to be alone. I'm whole as an individual. I don't need people in my life that don't really do any good for me. You know, it helps us make those decisions when we know who we are. We know what our value is and what we bring to the table. And it's not that I don't have that at all. It's just that I want to get it even more. I want to get it even more. I want to be more confident, be more courageous. I want to get to know Charlotte. I want to date Charlotte. I know I go by Charlotte, but we're talking about Charlotte. We're getting on a personal level. So I want to see, and we change. We're not the same human beings forever. Our interests change. Our likes and dislikes change. Our behavior changes. So it's good to continue to get to know yourself and what you like and what you don't like, and go on some adventures and make some memories. That's all I wanted to say. My heart was so heavy on that as I was driving home from the store. I was thinking, like, tomorrow's your last day of work. You don't have anything planned and you're going on a trip. Awesome. I did go get my oil changed. That's something, right? I didn't totally flop. But yeah, that's quite a while to go without anything to do. And I don't want the trip to be in vain, and time goes by so fast and I realize, oh, well, I'm on my way home. So I don't know, I might do some artsy things, some art projects or something like that. Something that I've always wanted to do, because I'm really good with my hands. I'm really good with creating things. And I think just channeling that, because that's what I like to do. I do photography and vlogging and stuff, but there's so much stuff that I do, you guys, and that I get into. And if I don't have any internet access to be able to edit, I'll be, of course, filming, but I won't be able to do anything with it until I get back around some type of internet connection. So I'm definitely bringing a bunch of books. I might bring some stuff to draw with or something, like do some paintings or something. I don't know. I just want to do some stuff and see how I like it. It's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Get to know yourselves, guys. Love yourselves. Take care of yourselves. Prioritize yourselves, because no one else will. Something else that I thought about, um, that I need a lot more clarity on is basically I'm in school. I'm not in school, but I was in school for, my major was mass communications, and my specialization was journalism, and I was working towards being a news reporter slash anchor, however you would have it. I don't want to be that, but I feel like one of the worst feelings in the world is being alive and not knowing what in the world you are supposed to be doing. And I feel like that's where I'm at, kind of square one, which is not the position I want to be in, because when I have something to work towards and that I'm passionate about, I mean, that there's some hope there, because we know what the end goal is, what our end game is, or at least what we want it to be. And there's ways that you can motivate yourself and, stay driven and positive. But when being a news reporter, news anchor was first introduced to me, I hated it. Up front, I've never been big on television. I've never been a big TV watcher, and I always thought, like, these people are so stupid. Like, look at them, they're in the rain. I was little and didn't know anything. All my life I've loved public speaking. I loved public speaking, and I know in some way, form, or fashion that's what I wanted to do. Something with speaking. I loved speaking, especially with the way that I found out I was so good at it. Getting out of my comfort zone and having won national titles for it and been a part of Toastmasters, Toastmasters is one of the most esteemed organizations you can be in for public speaking. And I was in public speaking competitions, and I was a speech coach at one point, and on the speech team in college. I just loved it. I loved interacting with people. I loved speaking, and I knew that was something that I wanted to factor into my life. So when being a news reporter was introduced to me, I was like, it's enough for me. But as time went on, my high school year, I did so many not internships. I was just shadowing people. I was literally looking at career paths that interested me. And I would call people and ask them, can I shadow? And I would go up, and when you're young, people love you. People are like, yes, sure, you can come. So I went a lot of places. As I interned at a news station, and I interned because another option that I had was to be a speech language pathologist, which I wish I would have went with that. Because I interned, I keep saying that. I shadowed a speech language pathologist, and I absolutely loved it. She was dealing with kids that had speech impediments, and more than wanting to speak, I wanted to help others overcome the fear of speaking, and because speaking is more of a mental thing. It's not something that people just get. It's a mental thing. Soon as you break that mental barrier, you'll be able to speak to anybody, speak eloquently, anytime, anywhere. And communication is really important, and a lot of people are afraid to communicate. So more than just talking, I didn't want a career where I just talked, but I wanted to connect with people. I wanted to help people, and I wanted communication to be a big factor in that. And I loved it, especially children that were deaf, and they were doing all these speech exercises and stuff. That stuff really intrigued me. But then I went to the news station, and I was intrigued by both. I wasn't gonna say I hated them. I just think I feel like I had more support behind me when it came to being a news reporter, because I would rather know a news reporter than a speech pathologist what even is a speech pathologist or a speech coach. So I feel like was most people's mindset. But I just feel like I had more of a push behind being a reporter. And not only that, I loved speaking, and speaking's a part of it. And I also love the camera. And I think that's one thing that kind of got me into it. But one thing I do not like is the news. I've never been interested in the news, never been in the loop, never know the latest, always the last person to know what's going on in the world. I am not chasing that stuff. And it's just kind of have me thinking, and I am close to graduating. I'm not far behind. I could literally set a year, probably less than that, and graduate from school like this. But I don't know where in the world I'm going when I get that degree. But I know it's not behind that anchor desk. I feel like I've spent so much time being miserable at jobs that don't value me and jobs that I have no interest in. I've already wasted time that I will never be able to get back. And I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, are you just going to waste more time? I know we'll be able to get that time back. Being a news reporter, like a news anchor, I've seen people, it's all about the chase, it's all about the hunt. And that drive and that passion that they have to chase and hunt and be the first to do this and the first to do that, no, because I can truly care less. That was the biggest downfall. I don't care how pretty you are, I don't care how good you can speak. You've got to be a really good writer, which I'm not bad at writing. I actually like writing. But you also have to have somewhat of an interest in the news, and I just don't. The news doesn't interest me, and I am very cautious about becoming something, and the first word in the job title is something that I cannot stand. But I've spent all of this money. I've gotten this far in school. I don't want to be this now that I'm realizing, like, you're not happy doing this. I know you love the camera. I know you love filming and editing. I've been taking pictures since I was literally a child, you guys. Like, it's just something I've been doing since I was small. And I had a dream about building a communications brand and helping people become better communicators in their own way. And I just feel like that's so far gone from me. If I could choose to be anything, it would be that, or something where I can pick up the camera and film and stuff. And I like doing creative stuff, not so much as stuff for other people. Like, I've tried to take pictures and film videos. My camera's about to die. I've tried to take pictures and film videos for people, and it's just, they take the fun out of it because they want a tummy tuck, they want their acne removed, and I'm just like, this is what you look like. So it just becomes demand, and I was like, yeah. Vlogging and picture taking is just like a creative thing I like to do. I wouldn't even care. I actually would prefer to keep it a hobby, and I would love to actually put my job into more so of speaking, which I have a passion about. It's a hobby, but it's something I would love to grind to do. Now, photography, I want that to be my hobby. I want to be able to pick up the camera and vlog and put my own twist to it and not have to answer to anybody. Like, I cannot make your stomach small. That's what your stomach looked like. You should have got a tummy tuck before the photo shoot. You should have cleared your acne up before the photo shoot. So that's one other thing. That's a heavy thing, actually. That's been on my mind. Is what in the world I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get the degree because at this point it's just stupid not to. I've put in too much sacrifice, time, money, and my family has too. And I don't just owe that to myself, but my mom especially, who's really helped me along the journey of college. So I'm gonna get my degree, and I know this is not uncommon. Like, plenty of people get degrees and don't ever use them, but I don't know. I just don't know where I need to go from here. And even when the job I have now is not where I want to be at all, and I'm not going to be there for long, but even as I apply for other jobs, I'm just like, Why are you leaving one 9 to 5 to go to another 9 to 5? That's probably going to make you just as miserable. And if it still isn't, even if it's still better than the last 9 to 5, it's still not fulfilling anything when you could be putting time and energy into doing something you want to do, something that you were born to do, something that you can create yourself. But I just don't know what that is. And a lot of people think people who have a lot of talents also have a really hard time figuring out what they want to do with their lives, because one day I'm blogging and making content. The next day I think I want to start like my own business and sell products. The next day I want to be a speech pathologist. The next day I want to start my communications brand. The next day I want to create clothes or do something hair related. Who knows? I can literally do all those things. The next day I might want to make music because I play the bass guitar. So, sometimes when you can do a lot of things, it just clouds which path you need to be on. You can't do everything. I mean, people can have multiple businesses and different entities, but you truly can't do everything. And even if you do expand, usually you start with one thing and that becomes successful and you expand to other things. But I have no idea. But hopefully I get clarity on that. I plan on spending a lot of time in quietness, and being able to hear my own thoughts, my own voice, and God's voice. And hopefully I get the clarity I need. And even if I don't, hopefully I just have a bit more peace of mind. We don't know what in the world the future is going to hold. My life is like this today, and literally within the next hour, one phone call, one text message, one direct message, one email is all it takes for your life to be totally different. So you just have to believe in something and keep going, and it'll be fine. It'll work itself out. It always does.